Alright, hey guys, it's Phoenix Web Design here. Today I'm going to be going over how to create and develop a portableapps.com portable application. The development, the developmental side of their forums weren't exactly thorough in any means in where to start and how to get started. So today I'm going to be going over a little bit of this references and explaining what I know. And maybe if somebody else knows more, they can expand. So where are we going to start? There's a couple programs you are definitely going to need. The first is Notepad++. A lot of people are very familiar with this. Second one, obviously you're going to need either a partition hard drive with portable apps on it. That's what I recommend. A lot of people don't know how to partition a hard drive, so if you don't have a USB flash drive, or you're not willing to dedicate a flash drive for your development, we can easily set up a partition, and I'll show you how to do that right now. So when it comes to Windows 7 and Windows 8 variations, it's all the same when you're creating a specific partition, that is. Most of the things I'm going to be doing in this exact tutorial right here is going to be the same in 7 or Vista. XP, if you're on XP, throw it out the window. Thanks. Help us all. Alright, so go ahead and click Start. I'm running Windows 8, I know. Go ahead and rag on me. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to type in partition. We're going to go into settings. That didn't work. So let's go to control. There's an easier way to do this. You can go here, settings, and control panel. Okay, so go to control panel. Type in partition. And under administrative tools, there's create and format hard disk partitions. Now, this menu is fairly easy to understand. It shows you all of the removable and solid disks that are not removable inside of your system. Usually disk 0 is your system reserved, and your C, or if it's not C, it's A, or if it's not A, it's Z. Your boot, page file, your crash dump, and your primary partition is this one right here. This is what your system is based on. And this is your reserved. The reserved you never want to touch, expand, you never want to shrink it, you never want to do anything to it, leave it there. We're going to go over here and click here on this C. You can tell by that this is your primary partition by seeing boot, page file, crash dump, primary partition. Now yours may vary a little bit in this specific area. You're going to right click on it and you're going to click shrink volume. Okay, so what I like doing in this specific instance is breaking out the calculator. Okay, when you create a separate drive entity on your machine, you're going to want to determine exactly how much you want to shrink your disk, or in other words, how big you want that other drive on your computer to be. I usually like mine to be 4 gigs if it's going to be a portable application. This is going to be your development. I recommend doing this, so if you lose your flash drive, it's still on your computer. So keep in mind 1 gig is 1024 MB, that is. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to determine, hey, if I want 5 gigs, or if I want 8 gigs, well, then you're just going to times this by how many gigs you want. I'm going to just call it safe and go with 2. I've got a lot of disk space, but I'm just going to go for 2048 right now. Now you'll see in here, this is your total size before shrink in MB. This is how much your, in MB, how big your disk is right now, minus your system reserved. Now, the size of available shrink, this is how much space you have left on your machine's drive. This is how much you want to shrink. For example, mine would be 2048, since I would like mine to be only 2 gigs. Okay, so now I'm going to click shrink. Might take a minute, might take a couple of years, depending on your drive. Now, you'll see over here, after you create your shrinked partition, you'll see 2 gigabyte right here. And it's currently unallocated. You're going to right click on it and click New Simple Volume. Go ahead and click Next. Now, it will always subtract a couple MB, if not just 1. Go ahead and click Next. You can click Assign. I definitely recommend doing this. Click Assign the following drive letter. Go ahead and assign it to whatever one you want. I'm just going to make it A. Now, you're definitely going to want to format this. I recommend FAT32. You leave that default. Then go ahead and name it. I'm going to name mine Portable Apps. Now, you want to make sure this is checked. Since we're not wiping an entire hard drive, you want to do a quick format. Click Next and click Finish. It will go ahead and mount the drive, format it, created a healthy primary partition, and you'll see down here it came up. Alright. You can go back to your disk management and exit this. We're done there. And you can see under my hard disks, it split my local disk with 2 gigs. Go ahead and exit your control panel. Now, if none of you understand what Portable Apps is, for example, after I insert my USB drive, this comes up. And a host, a huge amount of applications that you can take with you are there. You can install applications. There's huge variety. There's up here. There's over 300 free and legal portable apps. Now these are all open source. You can modify them as much as you want. You can create your own, and that's what I'm going to teach you guys today. Now, we're going to go ahead and start. I want everybody to really examine, before they get started, go to your portable apps drive that you installed it on. I'm assuming you know how to go in here and click download now and install it to your drive. If you don't, you're probably not going to fit in this video. So, go to portable apps, go to portable apps again. Now, some of these are more complicated than others. So, let's go ahead. The one that I based off of was the first one in here, which is Celestia Portable. For those of you that don't know what Celestia is a global mapping thing where you can go in and see the world in real time changing. Nevertheless, I'm going to go ahead and copy this Celestia to my desktop. And we're going to go ahead and strip this down. You can probably see that there's a lot in here. Probably the same amount that there is in here, minus all the open office, because they squeeze all that into one. I'll also go over that. Now, I created this one right here, WinRAR Portable. WinRAR Portable, I can't technically host that anywhere and give it to you guys. You guys can create it on your own. As a matter of fact, I'll be showing how you guys can make your own WinRAR Portable. The reason I can't host it is because it is not open source. Open source means it's a free application. You can distribute it as many times as you want. In this instance, WinRAR Portable, you cannot redistribute. you have to buy their program for every single portable application that you distribute. In this instance, I did. Now, you can see that there's a couple basics in here. I am missing one file in here called the help.html. I will work on that in a minute. You can see app, data, and images. In app, there's your app info file, there's your WinRAR file, and there's your readme.txt. When you go into when you go into AppInfo, you can see that there is a AppInfo.I or AppIcon.ico. I extracted this right here, the WinRAR, from WinRAR. And you can see that there's an AppInfo.Ini in here. We will go over this. This is a very simple interface that you can open it up in Notepad. You can open up in Notepad++. Your choice completely. I like opening up with Notepad++. Okay. Now, you can see I have a splash.jpg in here. I will show you guys this. This is a development test release thing. You don't have to register on their site or anything to get that. You can just download it. I will supply a link for you guys to that. That is a splash screen. That is the only thing I have not figured out how to do. If anybody else knows how to do that, feel free to post back or leave me a comment. So go into WinRAR Portable, or go ahead and create your own portable folder. So determine what type of application you would like to make portable. Create a new folder. For example, I'm going to go ahead and create WinRAR Portable again. So, let me go get the installer for WinRAR Portable. So we're going to go to RAR Labs. Actually, let's go to Google. Go ahead and type in, excuse me, I'm getting the downloader. Let's go ahead and download this. English, 64-bit. Now, this application, you can't run 64-bit on a 32-bit machine. Now, what you need to do is, if you're going to create a 64-bit application, I would definitely recommend creating a 32-bit application also, so you're meeting both. Now that we have this WinRAR installer, you're going to need a program called Universal Extractor. It's a very popular application. It's really easy to use, but basically what it does is it takes an installer and it extracts the files. Okay? Because if you were to double click on this, it's going to ask you where it wants to install that on and blah blah, and where it, it's actually going to install it on your computer. You don't want that. Possibly you already have it. So what you do is you come in here. I'm going to I'll give you guys a link to this too. The first option is Archive Installer to Extract. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to click Desktop. And then I'm going to go to WinRAR times 64. And it should automatically specify where you want to extract the files to. So go ahead and click OK. It's going to go ahead and extract all that. Bam. Done. WinRAR times 64. Here's all the files you need. If you can locate a uninstall.exe, go ahead and delete it. Find the main exe that opens up the file with, that you can open up your program with. Go ahead and double click on that file that you think runs it, and it should open it up. Opens the program right up without it being installed. We're going to get lucky on this WinRAR portable application because WinRAR doesn't use a lot of registry, mandatory registry usage. So now that we've extracted it, we're going to go ahead and take it over here. And let's go ahead and open this. We're going to copy Celestia Portable into this folder. Go ahead and delete this. Let's go ahead and delete celestiaportable.exe. We can keep help.html because we will be ending up editing that. You can go into all of these files and delete Celestia Portable, Celestia Portable u.nsi, pretty much everything that has to do with that. Actually, we don't need a source folder. You need to keep the help images. Now the data, you can go ahead and delete everything inside of the data folder because WinRAR will manifest itself into the data file once we get everything that's set up. Go into app and then AppInfo, and you see there's Celestia's ICOs and PNGs of which it uses to give the .exe file its icon. So go ahead and delete all those. And your AppInfo.Ini, go ahead and delete that because we're going to create a whole new one. The readme.txt is pretty much universal. You can leave it. Celestia. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Go ahead and delete this. Go back to where you extracted the installer executable and rename it WinRAR. Put it in there. Now, that's pretty much the hard part right there, guys. Besides one more part that we will get into. Now let's go back to our website. Go ahead and exit these out. This I will provide in the this link right here in the description. Now what we're going to do is we're going to, let's go ahead and find, using the portableapps.com launcher. There's a good amount here that's useful. And you can go through here and you can find things, but it's not exactly the best. Can we find... Sorry, I didn't have this to go with before. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is. AppInfo.Ini. I will also include this in here too. This is a basic type of INI file, and INI file basically directs everything where to go in this specific instance. So we're going to go ahead and copy this. We're going to go into our WinRAR portable file. I'm going to go into App and AppInfo. And you're going to right click, New text document. I'm going to open this up with Notepad++. I'm going to paste all this. Save as. And I'm going to name it AppInfo.Ini. Very nice. Created it right away. Now, you'll find in the details section, you'll find that there's a name, app ID, publisher, homepage, category, description, all this good stuff. Now, under the licensing, that's where we're going to start. I'm going to edit mine. Maybe I want you to determine the application that you're going to make portable. This is only necessary if you ended up sharing it to portable apps or to other users. What you're going to do is, under shareable, for me, I'm going to put false because I can't share mine. Is it open source? I made it open source, but it's not open source, sadly. Freeware? No, definitely not. Is it for commercial use? Unless if you pay for it, yes. So we're going to go ahead and leave that true. And their EULA version, you can do... There you go. Just completely randomize that. That's up to your discretion completely. This version, since this is your first version, go ahead and do that. Special paths. We don't need to do that since we're not going to add any plugins, so we're going to go ahead and leave that none. Now I want you to determine is your dependencies. Dependencies is what your app requires. It's what it needs to use. Now that you've determined that, under use Java, have you determined, does your application need Java on the computer? If so, go ahead and change that to true. Now, uses .NET version. Go ahead and move my mouse so you guys can see that. The uses .NET version determines what type of Microsoft .NET version does your application require. Most applications can just use what's on the Microsoft machine. For me, I'm going to leave it blank because in my instance, WinRAR can just use whatever's available. Control. This is where it gets very this is where you need to pay attention. I only have one icon. The start is your app name portable.exe. You're going to want to put WinRAR portable WinRAR portable.exe. Okay. Now, since we have this basically set up, you're going to need to leave that the same. And you can change this to WinRAR portable.exe. And I did two there. Okay. Let's go back up here. Name my name, WinRAR portable. My app ID. You might want to leave that blank until you post it to portable apps. And your publisher, that would be you. For example, me, it's going to be Phoenix Web Design. Homepage, go ahead and put your homepage. Me, I'm going to go ahead and put Google. Category, for this, we're going to leave it utilities because this kind of is a utility. We can also go in here and look and see all portable apps. And we can see all the different categories in here. Your description, WinRAR. Language, for this specific instance, we're going to go ahead and put English. In the installation, there's a selection of language, but in this specific instance, it's going to be specifically English. Trademarks. I'm going to go ahead and put WinRAR. Actually, RAR Labs. And if you guys want to get this copyright symbol, all you got to do is do on your keyboard Alt plus 0169. You don't have to press the plus. I'm just showing you guys. You hold Alt and type in 0169 and let go of all the keys, and copyright symbol will come up. The install type is going to be portable in my specific instance. Now that we've gone over all that, now we're going to get into the hefty part of it. For you, you're going to want to go in here now and edit your help.html. You're going to want to go in here. If you don't know HTML, then I suppose you can go without this. For me, I already have one in my other one. This is just to show you guys. I'm going to go ahead and delete that so it's not inconveniencing me. What you're going to want to do now is you're going to want to get your icon. And how we're going to do that is there's a really cool application called Icons Extract. You can find it on the internet. I will find the link and put it in the description. So, now that what we're going to do is we're going to go find our application that we extracted. We have it selected here. Go ahead and select your .exe file. Hang on a minute. Browse files. I need to go to my desktop. WinRAR portable application. WinRAR. WinRAR.exe. Here you go. Open it up. Search for icons. So we're going to need to get probably 2 different versions of it. This one and this one right here. I would go ahead and get this guy since he seems to be a little bit more. I'll go ahead and save. I'm going to save selected icons onto my desktop. And it'll save it right here. You can open it up. And view it in here. Go ahead and exit that. Go into WinRAR Portable, Application, AppInfo. And go ahead and put AppIcon.ico. Drag it in there. You can see that it looks like Celestia because this specific Explorer.exe is used to Celestia being in here. Don't worry, if you double click on it, it's still WinRAR. Now we're going to go into creating the exe file. Since this isn't a C++ tutorial, we're just going to create a basic batch file. If none of you know what a batch file is, then you can go ahead and follow along. Go ahead and type this into Notepad or Notepad++, or Notepad++. Go ahead and replace WinRAR portable with your application name. I would leave the launcher the same. For my specific instance, I'm going to go ahead and add a delay time before it starts before it actually starts the application, so they can go ahead and read that, hey, there's a black box in front of me. Is it hacking me? I'm going to go ahead and add a delay here so people can see the title and see that it's a WinRAR portable. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and add echo launching WinRAR portable. Now, this is going to be our delay feature right here. What this is going to do is it's going to pause the CMD window before it starts so people can read, launching WinRAR portable. So in my instance, I'm going to do ping. There's other ways of doing this. It's probably the easiest in my view. Go ahead and copy this. I'm going to make them wait 4 seconds. And this makes it to where they can't see it, this /null. Make sure that this is exactly correct right here. And then we're going to run call, which call basically says, hey, go find this file and open it. We're going to go ahead and determine, since this exe file is going to be in here, right now it's a bat file, but we're going to convert it. Under here, we're going to go in this directory, where this goes to find it is going to be AppInfo. So it's going to be call app/appinfo / winrar.exe. WinRAR portable. Let me think about this for a second. WinRAR.exe. See what I did there. I'm going to go app. For my instance, you can put one in there, but mine has some dependencies in here that it needs to get. So it's going to be app/winrar/winrar.exe. Then we're just going to exit. Go ahead and save this on my desktop as convert to exe.bat. Before we go ahead and convert this, we're going to go ahead and test it. So, WinRAR portable. Drag this in here. Go ahead and open it up. It says launching WinRAR portable. Since it came up with an error and exited, we're going to go ahead and create a pause right here. I probably did something wrong. We're going to read the error. App is not recognized as an internal. What did I do? Let's go ahead and try that. Try different methods here. My computer's being a reread right now. There we go. Okay. I had to add quotations around it. Go ahead and delete pause. Alright, so convert to exe. Now, I have a specific program. There's several that can do this specifically. ExeScript is the best. You can download a free trial of it. I have the purchase version though. Go ahead and click new. Actually, we can go ahead and open, can't we? Let's go into convert to exe.bat. Go ahead and locate that. It's different for every single application, but for ExeScript, it's probably the best. Now we're going to go in here and create a custom icon and locate that icon that we did. Then we're going to go to Project, Build. And we're going to save it, Convert to exe. But since we're in here, I'm going to put it right here. We're going to name it WinRAR portable.exe. Where is my mouse at? There we go. Done. There's your exe file. You can go ahead and delete the .bat file, and it's ready to go. I'm going to find that help file. That help.html, because we're going to need it right now. Change my mind. Go ahead and edit this to your needs. You can find an online web editor, or if you have Microsoft Front Page or Microsoft Web Expression, go ahead and edit that to your needs. I will also provide a link in the description to this. Where's my computer? Here it is. Go to Documents, Portable App Stuff. Just ignore all this. I'm just going ahead and getting the program real quick. Here it is. This COM installer, here it is. Go ahead and select this. If you're in Windows 8, it's not going to install it to your directories and give you a script launcher, but you have to do this every time, and it sucks. Go ahead and do its stuff. This might take a minute. If you're running Windows 7, this will more than likely install and give you a program file, so you won't have to do all of this. Alright, go ahead and click Run Portable Apps Installer. Next. I'm already selected. It's going to go ahead and generate this. It's going to ask you for an application ID. Go ahead and come on, dude. What are you doing? Okay, done. It's going to go ahead and generate the PAF file. The PAF file is the easiest way to install applications into your portable apps documentation. And I officially hate this. Alright. Now, to install a PAF file into your portable apps interface, you're going to go into Apps, install a new app, desktop. Here's your WinRARportable.paf. Alright, it goes ahead and installs it. Now, for me, it should be at the top. You could see, if I go into here and go into Utilities, WinRARportable is there. Double click on it, and it opens it up. Here's your WinRAR Portable Edition. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys have a great day. Please rate, comment, and subscribe.